Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Seagulls Social. I am your host Maz, and of course I'm joined by the boys, the legends, Ryan and Ben.
That is the best intro I've ever heard in my life, you know.
Yeah, mate. Episode 37, boys.
I know, mate. It's getting on, mate. We've got big things popping off, mate. We've got the brand deal that's going to be coming up soon.
I am 37 now.
yeah. You were, actually, Ryan, you were saying, weren't you, off air? You were saying that since you were 18, lockdowns began basically. All our COVID's come about.
I was locked down
that's
I was locked down when 18. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was
that's actually
18 when COVID was first a thing. That's mad. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is not bad, obviously, because I got to experience the best times of your life. Ryan, not to rub it in, you're missing out on so much fun, mate.
And you were sat home doing absolutely nothing, you loser.
Obviously, no, you're having great fun with us, with the best podcast in the world. Like, True Geordie, get brand deals. Seagulls Social, get brand deals. Who else get brand deals? Waffling. People really watch waffling.
Yeah, probably every other podcast.
We made it. We've made it. I can afford a new Brighton shirt, so I've got that on today.
Hence why I'm wearing this, by the way. That explains.
Yeah. Shout out Manscaped.
I might actually wear a Brighton shirt.
Ad comes on. But boys, of course, a very, very mental sort of week.
Wow.
In the world of football. I'm not gonna lie to you. This week, obviously, work-wise, has been fucking mental. Like it just blew up on Sunday. I think it all kicked off on Sunday, from when they got announced during the Man United game. Was it? Or no? What was it? When Gary Neville went on from that rant.
Yeah. It was one of the games. Yeah.
Half time, and then it just went mental 3 days. It went from having a Super League to not having a Super League in 2 days.
It's literally like refreshing Twitter, just like constantly. Like, please more.
I did 20
crazy
posts on TSI yesterday. 20.
Yeah,
mate.
Can you imagine honestly, how much editing that was? Oh my god!
Yeah, mate. Honestly, the amount of content that came out of that, like we obviously, the situation. Obviously, no one wants it, and it was a horrible sort of couple of days for football because it potentially could have fucked football up for a long time. However, for me though, the silver lining was the content. The content was amazing.
Content was
so fans don't let it down on that respect, do they? Fans are
mate. Close. But let's crack on with the game then, boys. Obviously,
against
a very good point.
London Blues, wasn't it?
Yeah, the London Blues.
The West London
FC.
Blues Super Squad.
Super Squad. Christian Pulisic.
I was about to say Pulisic, but I bet he loves it. He's like, can we actually be called the West London Blues? Can that actually happen? No Christian, mate. No, can't do that. But no, it was actually all joking aside, it was actually a great point. Like I said, what Ryan obviously went for a win. I went for a draw. Ben, you were very pessimistic in going for a loss.
3-0 loss to Timo Werner hat-trick.
I know.
Come on now.
Yeah,
no, I was joking about the Timo, but I didn't see us scoring. I was right in that respect.
Yeah, he's backtracking now. Mr. Backtrack. Oh, you're Florentino Perez. Mr.
No,
Backtrack.
Please don't compare me to him. Otherwise, Fog Dad will be after me if you do that.
Oh, no.
Dad.
Really, really, really strong, like, good point against a strong Chelsea team who's like ever improving, isn't they? They're getting much, much better every week. Under Tuchel, especially. So to get a point against them boys was great. And defensively, I thought we were class. Ben White. Dunkey. Webster, a bit shaky for me. Let's start off with him because obviously don't get me wrong.
A few of them made mistakes though, didn't they? A few of them made mistakes, and other than that, it was a very good defensive play. But Webster was shaky.
He was. Sure. But I mean, look, he's been injured. There's no I'm not going to dig him out because he's been injured for X amount of time. Like he's coming back, and it was good to get him minutes. I tweeted yesterday. It's good just to get him minutes back for the Sheffield United game. So
I feel like this is appropriate to interrupt with. Dan Jumas just scored again for Bournemouth. The one we're definitely going to sign.
The reason Ryan brings that up is because we've been sort of linked with him. Well, we haven't been linked with him, but we sort of want. We want him basically.
So we only spent 900k in the summer, so I mean,
I can't imagine
money spent. Hopefully,
his price is probably going to be right inflated with his recent run. I think he scored in every game in his last 4, so he's definitely going to be a costly one.
But he'd be class, to be fair. Have him on the wing.
Lovely. Yeah, he looks good. He looks like a little knockout, doesn't he? Just one to actually take on everyone, which is what we don't have.
Who did he score? Pace. Was it against Norwich? He scored that unbelievable goal as well the other day.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's a great goal. Great goal.
Boss man.
But back to Webster,
1-0 Southampton. I've interrupted you again. It's 1-0 Southampton against Tottenham.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Spurs. They've had a calamity.
Mason, mate. How's it going?
They've had a calamitous week.
Big Ryan Mason. See, on their programme, I know we've gone really, really off script. On their programme, they had Jose Mourinho still.
Did they?
Did they? Mate, no. Jose definitely left or said something. There's no way that was results based. I reckon there's so much more to that.
I don't know, I don't know. I think it was a big combination of everything. Like, it just all culminated to a boiling point where it's just like, let's just cut our losses now. Like, but apparently though, his payout was like 30 million. So if they're supposed, so if they're like,
Jesus,
they're trying to get all this money. Like, we're saying that they need money and stuff. But it's like they've just paid Mourinho 30 million. It's like, You're an idiot, aren't you?
Mate, 30 mil, put that into the grassroots or women's football or something. And then
just pulling... Yeah, true. Just grabbing us back on track.
Sorry, we're going off tangent. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, tangent. Yeah, bring us back on the web strain. Yeah, he was shaky, but what do you expect? He knows against a very good Chelsea team.
No.
That's my point.
No, definitely no. The thing is, we can't, like I said, I'm not going to dig him out because it's his first game back for, 5-6 games, whatever he's been out for. But yeah, I mean, he looked really. He started growing into it after, I think, the 60th minute. He was, much better. Yeah. But in the first 60, he was a bit. Yeah, he was a bit off the pace. But, I mean, you expect it, don't you? And I think it's a good thing because now he's built up the sort of match XP, so to speak, for the Sheffield United game. And hopefully he'll be
massive game against some great attackers in Sheffield United.
We've got four,
yeah.
Mate, we've got 4 wins in a row incoming, I'm pretty sure. I looked earlier, our fixture list. We've got a run now where I honestly think we can get some serious points on the board now.
I'll say it in the preview, but I feel like I think if we beat Sheffield United, I think we're safe personally.
I think we're safe already, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, but
I think we're in a position.
Yeah, same. I mean, to draw against Chelsea,
okay.
I'm not having it. We're
away as well. It's our first ever point at Stamford Bridge, isn't it? So
weren't we there? They had like the fewest shots under Tuchel, the fewest shots against any team that Tuchel's faced in the Premier League so far.
Yeah, I saw that.
We made them look toothless. Like, it was so. I think I saw. Obviously, Albion Analytics, shout out Liam. I saw him tweet something that was quite good. It was about, obviously we had little possession, but it was nice to see us have less possession and actually defend well as a unit. And we were good. We normally get caught out on the counter, but we were solid defensively until the end where Ben White got sent off because of a Dan Burn mistake, even though he was.
We had that was it. Like, it was just a few mistakes of us shooting ourselves. Yeah, it was just us shooting ourselves in the foot, which is what we always love to do anyway. But apart from that, like. I think it was, I should say Liam saying about how we push up now. And I just think genuinely we've improved so much. It's so good to see in terms of defence. It's just the final piece of the jigsaw now, which is attack. I've gone, haven't I?
Yeah. No,
you're here still, mate.
Oh, mate, I was so used to my Wi-Fi going, I just expect to be gone at this point. But what I was going to say is, I just think we're in that final piece of the jigsaw now because we've got the goalkeeper situation definitely sorted. Sanchez has been quality for us.
Yeah,
defensively we're looking a lot more solid. Midfield's looking very good. We're able to dominate pretty much every game we go into, and even at Chelsea, although we didn't dominate, but we stay in the game by quite comfortably, I'd say. It's just the attack now. We just need to start.
Never really looked threatening, did they?
No, not
Leeds fans were like this, but I noticed it for the first time. Like, we were properly like man-to-man marking, especially Ben White on Pulisic. That first half, he was literally following. And then Veltman with Marcus Alonso, like following them everywhere they went. And then I think Kai and Dunk, and then Ziyech and Webster. It looked like man-to-man marking. They couldn't handle it.
I'm going to give credit where it's due here. Burn stopped Reece James completely. He nullified him completely.
I was going to speak to you about this, Ryan, because obviously I saw your tweet yesterday, and you tweeted going, Dan Burn had a really good game. Well, I think that's what you said, sort of loosely paraphrasing you there. Something like that. But basically, I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense that defensively, I thought he was great. It's just I still feel like attacking going forward, he's just still so like. I don't know, loppy.
I'm not saying he's a finished article, but just by his standards, I thought he was good. Like, just no offense to Burn, but like his standards are very low, and by his standards, it was a very good game. I
was going to say,
he stopped him. I never at any point really had any fear yesterday. I didn't think we're going to concede at any given point, to be honest. So I was just like,
and then not only were we not concede, like not looking like we were going to concede, we could have easily scored once or twice. Like the Welbeck, obviously the big Welbeck chance that I'm sure we'll come on to talk about.
Such a nice
that was just unbelievable. So we should have scored then. And then what was the one before that? Lallana again. He's been you know what? I'm going to call him out here. He's a couple of 3 or 4 times this season now. He has sort of, in front of goal, let us down a little bit.
Looks like a Brighton player, yeah.
I think he's been but obviously, apart from his finishing, his finishing aside, he's been incredible. But his finishing has let him down this season. Like, it's just those. I think, we can pick out 3 or 4 times in the podcast where we've sort of called him out on a missed chance or a one-on-one or something.
I must admit, I was really surprised to see Ben White get man of the match from Sky. I could have missed something, but I just didn't think he was. I didn't think he was man of the match. I thought maybe Dunk or Bissouma.
Mate,
deserved it.
I said this. Even Veltman was outside.
Yeah.
Mate, this is so Ryan. That's so weird. You bring this up because I literally, Josh, the Leeds fan we had on. However long ago, he actually said in the group chat, he was like, because he's Leeds fan, Ben White, etc. He was like, oh yeah, Ben White was class tonight. I was like, he wasn't actually that good. Like, I didn't sort of understand.
He wasn't. Anything outstanding.
I was the same. I was the same as you. I was a bit like, at times he looked a bit shaky. And then don't get me wrong, like he done some really great pieces of play, and like there's some bits where he looked really stood out. No, not at all. But
it's interesting how some people, interesting how some people looked at that performance and thought I was really, really good. Whereas I agree with you, Maz. Like, I didn't think it was worthy of man of the match, really. There were definitely other people that could.
But I suppose that's how sort of highly we regard him. I suppose it's like even if he plays, well in the eyes of everyone else, or really well, but in our eyes, it's sort of like we know he can do better or he can perform better. So I suppose it's a good thing. I suppose it's more of a positive.
I can kind of see it because, like, obviously, if you look at the game from an outside perspective, we would just contain Chelsea. That was what we were really good at, containing Chelsea and not letting them attack properly. And that was obviously down to Ben White, Dunk and Webster. And obviously then two fullbacks as well. So one of them should have won it, really. And then other than that, probably maybe Bissouma man of the match. But
this one goes without saying.
Although he kept doing those long strikes that were so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Ryan.
Mate,
I'll shoot from long range. No, he shoots more than me on long range than I do in pro clubs. Like, if I'm so spammy on pro clubs, I'll shoot long range.
Or in the DMs, Ben.
Yeah, shooting my shot. Yeah, exactly. Shoot.
Hella rejections.
No, of course not, mate. Not one of the Manscaped, obviously. I can smell my ball toner from the Instagram DMs.
Oh god,
I hate you so much. But anyway, back to the football. I was going to say, just before we change subjects, by the way, I was going to say, while we're on the subject of defenders, Lewis Dunk. It goes without saying every single week, but Lewis Dunk is so good at football. He's so good at football. It's a joke. It actually makes me sad that he still doesn't get called up to England. I know we've said it about a million times, but
even the things like, I can think of a situation where the ball came over, and no disrespect to Burn, but he heads it clear, and it's not actually clear. But he has the opportunity to head it back to the goalkeeper, back to Sanchez, but he just doesn't. Whereas Dunk every time will head it back to Sanchez comfortably, make it look very, very easy, and it's one of the hardest things in the game to do.
Ryan, he loves
or he'll bring it down on his chest and play it out.
747, whatever it is. Yeah. But for a bloke that's 6'7", Dan Burn's so bad at heading. There was one example in the first half where the ball got drilled over, and Welbeck was making a really, really good run. I thought, oh god, if Dan Burn does a decent header, like through ball to Welbeck, we could be in here. And he just does it, and it's just the worst header. Went nowhere near Daniel Welbeck.
It's weird, isn't it? For someone that big who can't actually head the ball, it's really, really
strange. And even Reece James nearly beat him in the air a few times as well. I was like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I tweeted it off Seagulls Social last night, but the fact that Martin Tyler mentions the fact that Dan Burn is the tallest left back in the Premier League every game we play. Oh, mate, honestly. It's just like, all right, Martin, mate, we get it. We get that's your only stat about Dan Burn, mate, but fuck me.
We've got Dan Burn's the tallest left back. We've got Ben White played at Leeds. We've got Graham Potter came from Ostersund's and did it the hard way. We've got that. What's the other stupid stuff they
Danny
say?
Welbeck was at Man United or Arsenal? They always mention that.
Yeah, let's bring up that somehow. That we're not scoring goals, we can't score goals, that's another one. We play the pretty football, it doesn't mean anything. And that's why we're 15th or 16th. That's the same stuff every single time.
I reckon they have
clinical every single time.
I reckon Martin Tyler literally has a sheet just of all these written down. Yeah. And he's like, right, which one?
6 bullet points, that's it.
It's like bingo. It's like bingo.
They play bingo in the producers, in the producers' room, they play bingo, don't they?
Say the Dan Burn one now. Say it now.
Mate, we've got more bullet points on our Google Docs than they do about us as a football club. It's ridiculous.
Well, they've probably got more points than we have on the board, but that was a low blow. No offense, Brighton.
That's rubbish. Speaking of low blows, no, I'm joking.
Right, enough of the plug-in. We're gonna get onto that. But then obviously the other sort of last talking point, I suppose, because there's not really much to talk about in the game. But Ben White's red card. Of course, is that a big? Let's start off with you, Ryan. Is that a big blow to obviously with the Sheffield United game, massive game, really? I suppose if we win that, arguably you could say that is it for relegation talk. Do you think it's a big miss, or do you think we can cope without him?
It's a miss, of course, but then saying that, I don't anticipate Sheffield United to do much.
Wow.
It's not like they're going to be hounding us.
McGoldrick hat trick. Yeah.
Oh, if they go score a hat trick now, then fair enough. But I don't see them coming at us like that and that. And if they do go and do that, then their fans are going to be livid, saying, "Why couldn't you do that when we were fighting relegation?" Earlier, yeah. But at the same time, I just think with Webster, Dunk, that's a solid duo. If we went to a back four, I do think we're okay if we went with Veltman right back. I do think we'll be okay. I think we've got enough quality. Yeah. And Webster and Dunk have a fantastic partnership as it is, so it's not like we're going into it with a second string team that don't know each other and there's no chemistry. It's they know each other very well, so I think we should be okay.
No, definitely. Ben, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, if we go 5 at the back, then you've got to be looking at maybe Dan Burn gets moved to left centre back, and then we have Moda left wing back. I was surprised Moda was actually dropped for Dan Burn because Dan Burn came straight in from injury, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a weird thing that Potter has about Dan Burn. He just plays at any given moment. It's really strange.
On RG Live, yeah. I think we were just saying that. I think he has some sort of affection for Dan Burn that a lot of us Brighton fans don't really see.
I think people were saying that basically he's rested him because basically I think he looked at Chelsea as like a if we lose we lose kind of thing. So like just put out a couple of free hit, exactly, and then put all our best 11 for the Sheffield United game.
That's a good point,
so I think that's maybe what he was thinking because I saw a lot of fans saying that they were like, he's just resting him for Sheffield United, so that could be where.
If you look at our last few games, like McAllister hasn't been involved at all, and then obviously Trossard came off after like 55 minutes or whatever, and then Neil Maupay obviously didn't even start. So I feel that he probably is resting a few of our big hitters for Sheffield United because he knows that we can actually get the big.
I mean, realistically, right. You look at our next 4 games, as I say, Sheffield United, I mean, we should be winning that one, realistically. And then after that, we've got Leeds. Again, they've beaten us twice in the last 12 years. I'd like to think that we can beat them again. Wolves never beat us as well, have never beaten us in the Premier League, always a ball draw. I reckon it'll probably be another one of those.
Always a draw, isn't it?
And then West Ham have never beaten us in the Premier League. We're going up against 4 sides apart.
West Ham are
Sheffield United's record is decent. Yeah, they are, but I still always just feel like against West Ham we're going to be okay. Like I never really, I don't know. It's just one of those games where I think we're just going to get a result, just off pass.
That's when they we should have beat him last game. Do you remember? Was it Souček last minute with the header? I was just like absolutely raging.
Oh god, yeah, that's
that was awful. I was actually that's the video when me and you, Ben, we got recorded. Do you remember? They recorded us.
But just quickly
on the Ben White thing, I just wanted to say just quickly. I think I'd be more worried if, let's say, a Lallana or a Pascal Gross or someone basically in the attacking quartet got injured, rather than in the back line, because I think we've said it before. I think Ryan, you said it. It's like he can easily be replaced, not easily replace Ben White, but like you know what I mean. Like someone can slot in for Ben White. Whereas let's say if we lost a Lallana or I don't know a Maupay Welbeck kind of player, we're going to struggle much more to actually find a natural replacement. I know we'll probably say like Zakiri,
pretty good. No, we've got pretty good squad depth. Like if even like Alzate's a bit out of favour.
Would you say going forward though?
McAllister's out of favour.
Would you say going forward?
Going forward
at the back.
I think going forward would be like if we're talking attackers, that would be our worst.
But we can hardly even go forward with our first squad, so I don't think this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like obviously they are our best because Potter plays them all the time. So if we lost an attacker like Neil Maupay or Danny Welbeck, and we had to play Zakiri and Conley, there's obviously reasons why they don't play. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, Conley's reason is probably a bit different to Zakiri's, I'd imagine, but
yeah.
Well, he was in the squad, wasn't he? Was he in the squad? Oh no, what was it? Potter said that he trained really, really well, and I'd done a tweet saying I'm surprised he done really well because he's been at Shoes like the whole week, literally. It had so many different Brighton chats being like, just got sent this from a mate. Even my friend said on Saturday. On Saturday he was at Shoes, like during the day.
Really?
So
yeah, I'm not surprised.
He's just at Shoes all the time. So how has he had a good week in training? Like,
Maybe he's like Gascoigne. Maybe he's really good when he's hungover. Maybe
was it someone else in our chat said that Ben White got chinned because he? Oh no, that was my friend Andy.
Yeah, it's Ben White.
He messaged saying Ben White got chinned because he like started chatting up some bird when he was with Aaron Connolly there. I'm like, I think it's Thursday night. Just unreal.
That's like Ben White as a kid though.
Not good.
Is he?
I swear he's got a kid, or there's a little one that I saw.
Maybe look for a baby
on his Insta.
Oh, Ben.
That's the place to go. Shoosh. Everyone knows if you want a new babysitter, go Shoosh.
Basically, if you want any gossip about the Brighton team, just go to Shoosh. You'll probably find a bit of gossip there.
Everyone's probably got a story that goes.
But anyway, before we get their lawyers on us, let's just stay away from that because we don't want a court case. I mean, I don't have the money for it, so
no, we do now.
Yeah, mate, we've got the Manscaped deal.
I'm joking.
Right. So yeah, I mean, look, all in all, just for me, just to summarise, for the Chelsea game, I thought great point. Yeah, I'm fucking rich. No, it was a great point.
Next episode, just ice change. Ryan's just got. Look, he's wearing an off-white jumper for fuck's sake. He's also got a chain.
I didn't even have to buy this, mate. I walked into the shop and they said, "Oh, you're that Ryan guy from Seagulls Social, aren't you?" They just gave it to me and I walked out. So
we're gonna have iced out podcast mics as well in the next episode. Yeah.
It's all that crypto money, mate. Dogecoin's
all that crypto money. Dogecoin.
Shout out Pirate Coin as well.
Shout Elon Musk.
But yeah, anyway, just to summarise, Chelsea game. I thought it was a great point, especially against a very good Chelsea team, and we actually looked the better side. To be honest, like overall, I thought we'd done really well. Boys, anything to add? Anything to?
Yeah, no.
Could have nicked it. We definitely we could have nicked it, and obviously I think that we would maybe we probably the team that could have edged a win. Especially how close we got with Welbeck and a couple of chances. I think Welbeck another chance and Lallana. We could have nicked a win, but obviously before the game, I would have taken a point 100%. I would have snatched it off you.
So you thought it was going to be 0. So
I thought who?
You thought it was going to be 0.
Well, I was right about us not scoring. So
I've got
it back. You've got to aim low, and then you get the nice result.
I aimed high and I'm still happy, so I'll take it, mate. I'll take it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
good man, Ryan. Keep it up, mate. We don't want any of Ben's negativity in here stinking out the place.
We interrupt this incredible podcast to bring you a word from our sponsor, Manscaped. I know, that's right. Seagulls Social has got a sponsor. Let's fucking go. Come on.
We made it, boys. Mama, we made it. Mama, we made it.
We're cashing in. We got the bag.
We should be a really cringy
we sold out, boys. Sorry.
Advert, I reckon.
We
sold out.
The bag is, funnily enough, the bag is called the Perfect Package, and we're going to talk to you about that. So Manscaped have just launched in the UK. We've gone years without using the right tools for the job. You could be one of the first men in the UK to experience their life-changing products. Now, obviously, lockdown's lifting in it, so you boys want to clean downstairs when you start chatting to some birds, and these are the guys for you. Little story from me. These guys have some like new technology.
It literally.
They've got some new technology, right? And last time, you trim your hairs, and then sometimes it gets caught. So it's pain you don't want. So that's why Manscaped have redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team has perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created, and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in the UK, which we have been sent, and it is here. Lovely. I'm going to do the makeup stuff. There you go. Yeah. Their third generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents that I've once had. I don't know if you boys have as well. Have you?
Thankfully not, Ben. Thankfully not.
Actually, we probably
must have, surely.
I've had minor cuts. I've never had anything like horrendous happen though.
Yeah. To be fair, my mum's cut my hair once and it's done that. It's not a nice feeling. Yeah. But when I tell you this is premium, I mean premium, lads. So the battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave. So you could shave for a whole football match if you wanted to. If the game's that boring.
I don't know how hairy you have to be. Like, I'm super hairy.
I was going to say, Mads, yeah.
I don't know, I don't think I'd need an hour and a half, though, to get rid of this.
What about if you're swimming? Because it's waterproof technology. It allows you to groom in the shower. And one of the coolest...
What the hell would I want to shave when I'm showering?
Cool. Because it's waterproof, mate. You can now. So one of the coolest features, though, is the light. You can hear that.
Ooh,
that LED really light.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's for you get to see the hairs on your nipples, properly get in close to the skin, for more precise trimming. They've also upgraded to a 7,000 RPM motor called Quiet Stroke, and we all love a quiet stroke, don't we, lads? And let's not forget about the charging stand.
I hate you so much.
Yeah,
no, so do I. Let's not forget about the charging stand. So show off your mower loud and proud in your bathroom. It's intelligently designed, and the stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. So none of them funny shaving ports. You can just do it by USB. Charge your phone, charge a trimmer. It's the new age. If you're listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience it firsthand for yourself. Let's get that bush and tush clean. So you can get 20% off plus free delivery with the code Seagulls at manscaped.com. So that's Seagulls. Make your testes their besties. Ryan, what's the stuff that you liked?
Well, actually, I was going to go on a nicer route, and I was going to talk about the cancer awareness, which Manscaped have teamed up with to form basically more awareness towards cancer, and particularly in men aged between 15 to 35, particularly with prostate and testicular cancer, which is a huge thing. And basically, make sure you go get checked. Do not have worries or be embarrassed. Sort it out. And thank you to Manscaped.
Their marketing is unbelievable, let's be honest. They've obviously picked the greatest podcast as well, finally. Took them their time. 37 episodes in, but they've finally done it. And then what about their ball toner? So they've got ball toners in this perfect package. And then what else we get there?
It genuinely smells. It genuinely smells really nice. Like, I'm not even saying that because it's an advert. It genuinely smells good. Like, you could probably have that as aftershave and get away with it.
I know, we were saying on the fair, like, I would put it on my face.
But I don't recommend putting it on your face, but I mean, it's that good that you can.
Probably be alright.
Let's go on a night out and see who pulls with that on their face. That's just what I'm going to say. But even though it's lawnmower, it's kind of talking about the whole, like, downstairs area. I used it to shave my chest and, like, the nipple area.
I used to shave my huge beard, to be fair.
I was going to say, Ryan's obviously used it just now.
So, as you can see.
But so like I said, you can get 20% off and free delivery with the code Seagulls at manscaped.com, and there'll be a link in the description. That is 20% off with free delivery at manscaped.com, and use the code Seagulls. Your balls will thank you.
And also as well, finally, from me, you get a nice little wash bag as well.
Looks nice.
Quite handy. I've always
wanted it. Take it on holiday.
Wash bag. Yeah, there you go. One towel.
Yeah, nice. Your balls will thank you. Manscaped.com, link in description. Let's get back on with the show. Obviously, we've just beaten one of the European Super League giants. So let's talk about the European Super League.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Super
we were thinking...
League. I could rant on this for about 2 hours if you let me.
I was going to say. So what we're going to do, because obviously this is not going out until Thursday. So obviously, basically, all the stuff that you would have seen on social media, in the news outlets, would have been covered anyway. So we're not going to bore you with what's happened. But for anyone who doesn't know or has been living under a rock,
Florentino Perez is
living in
shoes. Florentino Perez basically turned into Thanos and tried to monopolise the beautiful game as we know it. And he basically tried to form a Super League consisting of the best teams in inverted commas, the ones that are drawn to the likes of us, teams like Brighton apparently. But anyway, that's basically a summary. So he tried to do that, but in 2 days it basically got toppled and the idea went flat. So what we're going to discuss quickly, boys, because of course it is massive in the game and to football as football fans. We'll start off with you, Ben. Let's kick off with obviously it's all kicked off. It's been cancelled now, it's not going ahead, but do we have to make an example of these teams and how do we punish them?
It's a good
one. If they should be punished, that's another sort of angle.
Well, normally I'll be quite brutal, be like, throw the book at them, but if I was a top six fan, I'd feel, and I know there are lots of points to kind of argue against this, but I'll say my point first, and then I'll say why my point.
Yeah, you say your point, and then we'll basically attack you after.
Yeah, but I'll attack it as well.
I'm loaded on this.
I can see Ryan's eyes. He's like ready. He's ready.
Fireballs. Originally I was like, it'd be unfair on the fans and the players and the managers of the top six clubs that have been thrown under the bus here because of their owners going behind everyone's backs and doing this. So if they got like a 20 point deduction or whatever. It's just quite unfair on them. But saying that, when loads of other teams have gone into administration and stuff like that, fans have had to deal with it. And that was a very good point that I saw Richie Mills in it. Shout out Richie Mills, the journalist.
Shout out my football Snapchat story.
And that as well, that was good. But loads of other teams have gone into administration because of an owner that's just come in and completely ruined it. And no one really cares about whenever that happens, really, unless it's the club. So I think, maybe throw the book at these top six, unfortunately. fans are going to have to pay the price because of their horrific owners. And the Premier League have let those owners take it over the clubs as well. So the Premier League have only got themselves to blame, really.
No one's innocent.
Ryan, I'll let you go first, Ryan. Then I want something. I want to say something basically. But you go first, Ryan. Go on.
So we're just talking about punishments, yeah?
Yeah. So the question is, where do you think the club should be punished? The 6 clubs in England. So the Man United, Arsenal, etc.
Yeah.
And also, if they are to be punished, what sanctions would you impose?
I reckon we'd all let them off and we all just go back to normal. No, absolutely.
And they definitely won't do it again. They definitely won't do it again.
Honestly, mate, punish them as hard as they possibly can. And I've been saying it for a while. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. They don't care, so I don't care. And I honestly think go in as hard as possible, as hard as you possibly can, because
2 foot.
They at the next opportunity will grab the money and they'll be gone in a flash. All right, so I'm not blaming the fans, I'm not blaming the managers, I'm not blaming the players because it's got nothing to do with them. I understand that, but as we said, the administration stuff, Bury, Leyton Orient. There's so many, even us, right?
Yeah,
there's so many examples, and even this season, Sheffield Wednesday started the season with 12 points. Deducted just because of an FFP thing, and I'm not justifying FFP rules being broken, but come on now, I mean, leaving the whole league to monopolise the market of football, I think that's a bit different to Birmingham spending £2.5 million on a left back. Come on.
Imagine if City got a points deduction at the beginning of the season. Like, we all know their lawyers got them out of that absolute shithole. Like, we thought they were going to from the Champions League.
Everyone forgot about that,
Yeah, that just gets swept under
because they have the money to pay for the unbelievable lawyers. Like, there's the meme of like 20 of them walking in. Like, and like, they got away with it. Mate, so it's peak.
Punish them as hard as they can. In my opinion, it should be. If the UEFA and if the Premier League, and I'm not justifying the Premier League or UEFA or FIFA because they're all as bad as each other. There's no good guys in this, right? But if they can get these Glazers, get the FSG, get all of them, Levy, get them to resign. If you can get them to resign, get them to walk. Because if this is any other profession around the world, right? And I'm organised. I organised something about Seagulls Social to myself, and it basically gave me the rights to Seagulls Social, and everything was going to be mine. I didn't tell you guys about it. You heard about it, not through me. You would be absolutely livid, and I wouldn't be expected to come back on Seagulls Social again, and rightfully so. You should not be able to run a football club after literally signing everything away without any transparency to the fans, the players, the club. You should not be allowed to run that football club. They should be banned. They shouldn't be allowed to be involved with football again. And also, points deductions is what I was going to say. The points deductions are beginning of next season.
Apparently, this is my first interview. No, apparently they did actually interview some fans. And then I think it was 59% of them said yes, they would happily have the European Super League. Apparently, they did do some research into it, so I've heard of BBC News, which is hard to believe because if you look at everywhere else, it's like 90% against it. But one person I'm very, very disappointed in out of all of the owners is Daniel Levy, because he's an English football fan and he got this so wrong. Like, I can understand John Henry and all the American owners and foreign owners because they're used to franchise American football completely, like just playing for money basically and no competition. But Daniel Levy, he's an actual Spurs fan, knows everything about the Football League pyramid and why it's very vital to football. I can't believe he thought this was going to be a good idea.
That was one of the points I was actually going to bring up. It's that whole American, basically every club that's involved. Well, I don't know about. I'm talking about just English clubs. They're all owned by Americans, and like you said, Ben, they just want to basically set up this franchise. Basketball-styled, like NBA, NFL type football. Leagues. Yeah, KFC football.
Even the MLS.
No, it's just awful, and like we don't want to see. Like I think it was DT. It was fucking. He made a hilarious statement. It was like we don't want to see 2-hour halftime, shows with bloody Beyonce. Like no one wants to see that in England. We are not used to it, and we don't like it. Like that's why.
What
that's
did
why
you say? To the left. Yeah, no, fuck off, Beyonce.
No, and it's like I watch El Nenny do that on a weekly basis.
Oh yeah.
So that's
I hate. That's one of the main things I hate about American sports is the fact that I have to sit through adverts, I have to sit through breaks, I have to sit through, whatever it might be. And that's basically where they want to take us down. It's like, how much more what can we monetize? What part of football can we monetize? Let's make it 20 minutes so we can put an ad break in. Let's put something here to make an ad break. Like, it's just all about money to them. And that's not what we want. That is not what, as football fans, we don't want to watch ad breaks. We don't want that. We just want to see a whole beautiful game, like, just be 45 minutes,
60-minute football matches.
Yeah, 45. Yeah, and like he's talking about. I love how as well. Sorry, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but Florentino Perez was like, 16 to 24-year-olds are all bored of football. I was like, listen, mate, you're a 70. Well, hold on. Yeah, you're a 74-year-old fucking ballsack.
I guess I don't watch football then.
Yeah. Like, you're a 74-year-old man. What do you know about what 16 and 24-year-olds want? Like, you're a very rich man who's secluded from the real life. So out of touch with football. How can you say that what 16 and 24-year-olds want? Like, you don't know that. Like, just mate, it really angered me.
The Juventus vice chairman, whatever his name is, when he said all the kids are playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, and FIFA, and we want to be a part of that. I was like, what? So you want to turn football into like a battle royale? Like, that's basically what he was saying. Like, how can you compare football to Call of Duty battle royale?
Well, they were even talking about putting football on Disney and putting it on all these channels that kids
see
watch.
That Maguire one when he was like, you were watching the Manchester Derby on Disney Channel. They do that. It's so funny.
Childhood.
It's mad. It's madness. Imagine watching football on the Disney Channel.
This is what I mean.
So this goes back to all of the stuff that I was saying. I've been so vocal about this on Twitter. I have not shut up for a solid 72 hours now, and I don't even care, to be honest. I've enjoyed every minute of it, but I've said for so long that the fan power is going to be so important, and I hope that this is true when I say it, because there is a rumour going around that UEFA paid them off and they're going to just get them involved in their new Champions League format, but I won't go into the Champions League format now because that's another story.
We should touch on that though.
We can talk about that afterwards. But yeah, the fan power, if this is all right, the fan power has been top class. Like the stuff that Chelsea did before the game, and I saw Pascal Gross speaking after the game as well, saying that he was happy to sit through that for 15-20 minutes and be late to the game because he liked seeing the fans have a voice and be involved in that atmosphere again. And I thought that was so good from Pascal as well, from saying that. But yeah, the whole point of what I was going to say with fans make football and all that I go on about with TSR, and the statement I put on yesterday, where I literally just went in on these people saying about fans make football, fans, and it's caught on all around the country really. And there's been people at Anfield putting out banners of, all these people out, fans make football, fans. I just think that's quality. Like, if all of the fans can prove that we can get a hand of football back and get our hands on football again, and the big clubs are actually, that 50+1 rule that Borussia Dortmund and all of the all of the German fans
it's a German football rule. Apart from Leipzig, somehow they finessed that. I don't know how.
Yeah, but they're only. I'm older than Leipzig. Let's not lie. So no, the point of it is right. That is one thing I would definitely try and get into the English game, is that the fans have more power over what the decisions are of these big clubs, because we've been going down a dangerous route for probably, I'm talking years as well. And I understand I'm ranting here, but we've been going down a dangerous route for years with the Neymar transfer, which is 200 million, the money in football and all of this funding that goes into these big clubs. And now they want to give them a helping hand, as if they need any more of a helping hand. I think it's just pathetic.
Yeah, it's like
fans need to have voice again.
The clubs have gone into all these big clubs or these Super League clubs. They're all in like X amount of debt, but it's like, who put you in that debt? We didn't do that. Your owners did. You're the ones who got yourself into trouble. And the final thing as well, I wanted just to touch on as well. I saw obviously everyone going, well done Man City, well done Chelsea for bringing our game back, beautiful. I was like, what fucking bullshit. They're the ones who signed up in the first place. They're the ones who bloody put us in this predicament in the first place. And why are we all going, well done. Like, we shouldn't be praising these teams.
And Rory Jennings, who I normally like, he's a pundit on the True Geordie. He's like Chelsea guy. I really like him normally, but he'd done this tweet that really pissed me off. He said, Chelsea fans saving football, like and he's like up the Chelsea and shit like that. It's like, how can you just say Chelsea fans say football?
Chance,
it's been
no way.
Like, he really fucked it up. Like, he should have said like football fans, but I don't know if he done that to wind people up saying Chelsea fans.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He did.
Yeah, 100%.
That did proper wind me up. I was like, mate, Just let us have this moment together, not just say it was Chelsea.
That's what I mean.
Football.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like, oh, you lot are like praising all these clubs, like the big six clubs, and it's like, well, they're the ones who signed up in the first place. If they hadn't signed up, we wouldn't be here. Like, we wouldn't be even having this discussion. Like, the football world wouldn't have erupted like it did in the last 2 or 3 days if you just had used your brains and thought, this is not a good idea. Like, this is not going to benefit. Well, as in, it'll only benefit you as owners, but it won't benefit anyone else in the football game. Like, no one else will benefit from this. If anything, it'll be a detriment to all the lower league clubs because they're going to lose a massive income which they would get from the big clubs. Because let's be real, without Man United, without Arsenal, without thinking, our league will be nothing. Let's be perfectly frank. Like, you know, we as Brighton,
it'll be fun to watch for one season because I know like that picture's going around of the clubs, like some from the Championship and even Rangers and Celtic. Like, it'll be fun to watch for a season to see who wins, but realistically, it will then probably just be Everton, Leicester, and West Ham, like the top four, or the old school top four.
Yeah, because they're going to have the money as well, aren't they? Like all of the funding would have been taken out of the Prem, so it'd have all been put into. So the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Premier League would have all had their funding slashed by a big chunk. Because that would have all gone into the Super League. I mean, Sky, BT, all these big media companies acting like they're your best mate now, when in reality they're jumping the chance. They literally charged us pay-per-view, and this is what actually a question I was going to ask.
£15 to watch Burnley.
Yeah, and this is a question I was going to ask because we all love to say about Bloom being our owner and how much of a legend he is in the club, and of course he is, right? But realistically, if offered €400 million just for accepting an invite, would he have said yes? Because, I mean, I said no. He wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't sell up on the club. But, I mean, we accepted. We made our fans go for pay-per-view, right? So, would we have accepted £400 million for Super League?
I'll be honest. I think 99%. I think 99% of I think 99% of clubs would, even like how righteous they are, how thingy they are. Like, to have that much money pumped into your club, you'll be stupid not to. Like, say no.
I'll put me in the mindset of one of the owners. Let's say I'm one of the Glazers, or actually the Barcelona president, and my club Barcelona is in like over $1 billion debt. And then I get offered a piece of paper that says you'll get paid just for participating every single season. You'll get paid $300 million. So you'll figure that out in your head. Like just over 3 seasons, I'll clear the debt straight away. Yeah. So that is, they would jump at the chance to do that because imagine being a club that's in $1 billion debt. That's the only reason I can see that they're kind of thinking for the good of their club. That's the only reason I can see that they thought it would be a good idea.
The winning prize would have been 400 mil if you won, I think, as well. So there's an extra like cash injection if you won, plus Christ. Like an 80 mil for finishing the season each. So I thought of it as Florentino Perez is the owner of this thing, right? He's the one that made the whole lot, and he's corrupt as it
done
comes.
It for 10 years.
And I think the Juve, I think it's him and the Juve Agnelli. Yeah. I think it was them two.
So
together.
I wonder who's going to be the one that dominates that league. Because it wouldn't be Real Madrid or anything, would it? Oh, of course it is, because they're the ones that literally own the whole league. They're the ones that are going to win everything, have the most money, get the best players. It's a joke. They
got their 12 European Championships as well, didn't they?
That all got transferred. Over. Yeah, so that just goes to how stupid that is. And I think it was Copper 90 said, because they sent me those videos to do, and they said, 2 days of the Super League, it was come and gone. But I was thinking, that's 2 days too long, mate. Like, this is the fact it's even got this far goes to show the way football's going. And unfortunately, although we've won this first battle, I do think that we're not over. We've got a long way to go.
Let's quickly talk about that.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Ben, just quickly. Obviously, going back to the original sort of point was like the sanctions and what we do. Oh, yeah. So so that ties in nicely actually. So it's like, I think, so for me personally, I think, like Ryan said, we need to throw the book at them because not only will it deter them from doing it again, it's like to show them, right, you can't be just fucking doing these kind of things. Like, listen, this is our sport, this is our these are the regulations, these are the rules. You can't just go and break them if you want. Like, it's not just up to you. You have to stick to it like as a collective. Like, the fans mean a lot, and it shows by what we've done. So for me personally, I think I would like to see at least a 15-20 point deduction, at least 15 points, and then that way, and also a massive monetary fine as well, because in that way it will deter them from doing it again. Like, what if we just go unpunished? Well, we'll just do it again. Like, who cares? Like, nothing's happened, so why not let's just do it again next year? Like, it doesn't stop them. They have to be told, like, or shown that this is not okay. Like, you can't just go and do this shit because
Another thing that actually hurts, the fact that they were saying how they're disregarding the legacy, that we were labelled legacy fans. They want to reach out to the new future fans. And just like how quickly they are to disregard us. And they said that they knew that there was going to be uproar. Just how, like, even with that in mind, they knew that they thought that was still a good idea, and just disregarding us as football fans completely.
But they didn't care.
Yeah,
but that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. They don't care. Us as
just old fans, basically, old football fans. No, mate.
That's the bottom line. They're all like 75 and 8 years old.
Yeah. They don't care about us. They don't care. None of them care about us. That's what we've got to realise. They're all billionaires. And we like to say, the players don't play. I guarantee you, in 5-10 years, if that went ahead, right, 5-10 years from now, the Super League's the norm. Those players will not care. They will not even bat an eyelid about the fans. They will not care because they've bagged billions in that time. They're sitting in their penthouse apartments.
They'd be playing in the European Super League, yeah.
Yeah, they won't care. Yeah. They won't care. They'll act like they're your fan's best friend, but they trust me. In 5 years' time, they would not care.
And also as well, Ryan, you talk about they don't care. Like that's the thing. Imagine, like you said earlier about the whole, Wigan, the Wigans, the Berries, all these clubs that have gone into pretty much extinction. And that all gone to the bottom of the thing. Yeah, but when they were going through it, who cared about them? Florentino Perez didn't care. But as soon as it's like hitting his pocket, he's like, oh no, like let's get Super League going. All this kind of stuff. It's like, what? How's that fair? In what world do we live in? Like how? And that's why people are like, oh, I saw a really good point. It was like Wigan. Wigan looking at people saying that they shouldn't have a sanction against them. Like a lot of people saying, oh, they shouldn't be sanctioned because it's unfair on the fans. But it's like, what about Wigan? What about the fans of Wigan? Or what about the fans of Bolton? What about the fans of Bury? Like,
with the Wigan fans, know who Wigan are.
Yeah, the Wigan one was a bit of a touchy one, though, wasn't it? Because like someone placed a bet on Wigan to go down, bought the club to take over, put them in administration, so they get a points deduction, and they got relegated, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's still
which is obviously well peak. Like how the hell that's obviously the fault of the championship for letting them take over.
But again, that's the whole like ownership part, isn't it? That's the whole thing. It's like owners just think they're untouchable and they can do what they want with these football clubs. It's like a toy. It's like literally.
It's scary how that they can. Yeah, it made you realise. Made us all realise how much power they have.
That's my final point I'm going to make on this, just because I think we should wrap up soon. But my final point on this is that regulations as well of ownership. I think it's just way too they have to go through apparently like a what's the thing called? It's called a suitable test or something like that. I think it's called it's got a name anyway. It's like basically, are they suitable to run a football club? Basically, they have to go through like tests and various sort of things to get ownership. And I just don't feel like they're good enough at all. Like they're still absolute people who are just scam artists and like absolute billionaires who just don't care, and they're just getting through and
they just pay off those people anyway. It's like, remember Blackburn in like the I don't know when it was, like, mate, let's say I'm going to go for 2008.
Oh,
they had that owner take over.
The Vichys.
And he had they had chickens running around the stadiums because he was the chicken, like he owned a chicken shop.
Yeah,
he had,
chicken shop.
Not a chicken shop.
Boss man down the street.
Jesus Christ!
I think it's like a chicken slaughter factory, I think, or something. Or something
nice. Yeah, and they had like chickens all over. They just branded it. It's like he should never have ever been in charge of a football club. Like you need to, you should show a level of knowledge in the sport. And not just pay the person off to say, just give me the rights to take over. Yeah. But obviously more recently today, it's come out that now UEFA have used it to now advertise this new Champions League that will happen.
Have you looked at the details of this? Because I looked into it earlier.
I saw the main ones. It's like basically, imagine if Man United finished 6th and West Ham finished 4th. Because Man United are more co-efficient, I think which I don't understand what that word means. They automatically get in the Champions League instead of West Ham.
Isn't it based on their previous performances in the competition?
Yeah. Is it? So what it is right. So you have your top 4, which qualify as normal. So that is actually not true. The one that there's put out, because I did this with Zach, and Zach's his knowledge of European football's a joke. I don't even understand how he knows this much. But he said, essentially, you've got 2 extra spots, right, for the Champions League now. So you've got your top 4, which qualifies as normal. So say West Ham finish 4th, Manchester United finish 5th. West Ham, I don't even know how it works. Because they basically allowed it so that the 2 clubs, if the 2 clubs finish 6th and 7th, if they're big clubs, so say like an Arsenal, Man United, that top 6, they get to go to the Champions League for some reason. I don't understand why. It's just because they've got past history in the competition.
Yeah, I think
But the way I was saying it is, what I didn't understand, and this is what boggles my mind, is Tottenham aren't a historical European side. Nottingham Forest are a historical European side.
They are quite historical, Tottenham, I'm pretty sure.
In terms of European success, you wouldn't have them.
Well, not success, no. They've had a few.
That's what I'm saying. Trophies. I'm talking trophies.
Even like
if you're going to give
70s.
if you're going to give it the right of having a European bye, what's wrong with Nottingham Forest? Because I guarantee you, if Nottingham Forest come up, they're not getting in there, are they?
Yeah.
Of course not.
It's just corrupt. It's so corrupt. It's another stupid rule, and I'm completely against it.
To summarise, it's all fucking bullshit, mate. Fuck the ESL. Fuck all the people at the top.
UEFA and FIFA and the Premier League and FA, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. None of them are innocent.
Get all of them out.
Sky, BT, all of them.
Yeah. Oh, final point. That reminds me, Ryan. Final point from me. Also, as well, I saw everyone, lauding Gary Neville as some kind of hero. Don't get me wrong. I proper respect him for all he said and for everything he said on air and all that sort of stuff. But, he fucking works for Sky and he owns Salford. Come on, bro. You can't be giving him this hero status for when he's in the past done a lot of very questionable things when it comes to ownership and money and that kind of thing. We can't paint him as a national hero because he just basically echoed what everyone else was saying. So it's not like why is he getting special?
I disagree with this one.
Yeah, I think it means a lot. But I think it means it's coming from a right place. The fact that he, even like Robbie Savage, he has ties with Morecambe. I think the fact that he does own a lower league club plays into it more. I think the sport would have more respect for him.
Yeah, but the thing is,
he's helping out the small clubs.
But the thing is, but his record of Salford, they literally bought every best player. They monopolised the lower leagues, to get into the Football League. So,
I think that's fair game, isn't it?
I mean, it's just
down there. It's fair game.
Local
Why's
team
that fair
up,
game though?
That's what it is.
Well, so just because they're in the non-leagues, they can just buy all the best players and be the best team.
It's like City. It's like any club that's had taken over any Premier League team.
Yeah. Maz, if you had billions to your name, and to be fair to them, having billions but building along with it is different to monopolising, if you know what I mean. So if they're building a full foundation as well as the club, you're not just building a club, you're building everything. You're sustainably building a club and building a fan base and building.
Man City have.
Yeah, like City have. To be fair, Man City have done really well with that. If you're successfully building something, not just monopolising, there's a big difference. In Florentino Perez, he was monopolising, right? So with Gary Neville, I saw people talking about Salford and saying about the fact he charged £10 for a live stream. People trying to say that was really bad and that's why Gary Neville was wrong. And I was just thinking, well, hang on a minute. Gary Neville was charging £10 for a live stream. Hang on, listen. Gary Neville was charging £10 for a live stream against Manchester United's under-23s as a charity to build an income up for Salford. Now, I know he's a billionaire, but let's be honest, liquidity doesn't work like that. You can't sustainably do that. Some people say net worth is the amount of money you've got in your back pocket. It's not. So,
and by the way, Gary Neville put in billionaire, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. So, so Gary Neville putting in his money to Salford and then also raising some money naturally, which is sustainable. It's liquidity. That's how business works. So when it came to the Manchester United stream, it's simply raising money. I mean, I remember speaking to the guys at Crawley and they said they were crying out for anything they can get, any money they can get hands on, because they're owned by Erdem, who's a millionaire in football. He's worked at Fenerbahce and stuff. Doesn't mean to say he's got money just put in, because you can't put money into a sinking ship. It's just not. Yeah. That's not how it works, right? Because you're just going to lose it. You need to raise money rightfully and sustainably, and that's what Gary Neville did with that live stream.
Yeah. No, I get it. Listen, I said I respect him for coming out, and I respect him for using his platform to speak out on the issue. I'm not taking that away from him at all. My point was that we basically everyone was saying, oh, Carragher and Neville, the reason why we got football back, the ESL was cancelled. I was like, that's a bit basically the point I'm trying to make is that's a step too far, saying that they were the sole reasons why the ESL got cancelled. That's basically my point. And also the fact that everyone was like, oh, Gary Neville's an absolute hero, whereas in the past he's done a couple of questionable things. But I get your point, Ryan, about the whole, all the stuff he's done with Salford and that kind of stuff. But I just didn't understand why they were getting such huge sort of that sort of being put on a podium kind of thing. That was my only thing with that anyway. But yeah, it's not deep anyway. All right, so finally, let's wrap it up. Let's go on to Sheffield United. So, boys, Ryan, you kick us off, mate. You're Mr. Positivity. Easy win?
No, to be honest, I reckon we're going to lose. No, I'm joking. Do you know what? I reckon we'll draw, and the only reason I say that is because our record against Sheffield United, as far as I can think, isn't the best. I'm trying to remember times against Sheffield United now, but yeah, I don't think it's great.
Ten men Sheffield United in the first.
I don't think our Premier League record's very good at all. I think about now, home game last season was a loss. Did they beat us at their place last season? I think they did. No, it was a point last season. And then it was a win. No, draw this season. So yeah, three games of that win against them going into our fourth. So yeah, I'm not overly positive. I've got to be honest, because I'm more positive for West Ham than I am for Sheffield United. How weird is that? But yeah, I feel like they're going to come.
They have got a heck of a team in charge, Ryan. So you never know, mate.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to come fighting for some weird reason. You know, they've been relegated. There's no pressure on them anymore. They're just going to.
Yeah.
Whatever it's the day when
the
old Sheffield United.
Actually, you have such a thing about that. Like as soon as a club gets relegated,
they play better.
Turn into Barcelona.
100%. They actually do. It's actually a fact. It's actually a fact.
Yeah.
No, because they're going to play with less pressure, and they'll just be like, let's just turn into ballers now. Oliver Norwood's going to turn into Iniesta.
Oh yeah, Ollie Norwood's going to score an absolute banger. I've got his shirt on my wall there. Ollie Norwood sent me his signed shirt. It's up there. Imagine if he scored.
I don't know. Yeah, like we said earlier, Ben White will be out. Webster's back. I pray that we maybe go to a back four. I'd like to see that go a bit more attacking. Start Lallana, start Mope, start Welbeck, start Leo, start Biss, start Gross. There you go. There's a team, and then obviously Mode hopefully. But yeah, I'd love to see us probably go for it because we did rest a few big names against Chelsea. So
yeah, definitely.
You'd like to think that was the reason why he's done it for Sheffield United.
Yeah, I would be massively disappointed if we don't get 3 points, but at the same time, like if we do go away with a draw, like it's not terrible because I think the gap will still be 8 points or something to Fulham with a couple of games in hand or game in hand.
If you're looking at it as if you're looking at it as team on team, it's a win all over, isn't it? It's on paper that's a win by distance, but yeah, it just doesn't quite work like that. I do feel like it'll probably end in a draw, but I'd like to hope that we can go and prove me wrong and convincingly win. That's what I'd like to see.
Laughing at me, slating me for being negative, and there you two are now.
Yeah, but it's Chelsea. Like I just felt because they're an expansive team, and that's like we play so well against expansive teams. But when we play against the low block Sheffield United, who probably won't do much, it's just I just don't think
they got Ramsdale in goal. We'll score.
Yeah, just have long shots. This is Bissouma's chance actually. Just have long shots, mate. As long as you get it on target, it's probably going to go in. So.
Yeah, but they don't go on target. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What was the point I was going to make about Sheffield United? Yeah, their defence is pretty shambolic, but obviously, if we can score, we will win. Because I can't imagine Sheffield United will cause us too much. Because if we can maintain
2 goals will be fine.
Chelsea, Sheffield United will be fine. And also, I said it earlier, but if we win, we stay up. I think we're sorted.
Yeah,
if we,
it's 100% done.
Yeah. I think
I was about to say, no matter what the result, I think we're safe. Even if we lose, I think we're still going to stay up.
Yeah. But this would be nice to guarantee it.
Unless the team self-implodes. If it self-implodes, that's the only way I think we go down. But
yeah. Thing is though, Naylor said 3 more points and we've done it. So if Naylor says it must be true.
yeah, must be true. Well, all right, lads. Let's finish it on positivity. We're gonna win. Up the boys. Seagulls to the moon.
Leave a comment that.
Yeah. About Manscaped. Link in description.
No. Say Seagulls Social.
Fans make football.
Fans make football.
Yeah, that's it, Brian. We'll play.
Fans make football.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I didn't get A's in English for nothing. All right, I did.
Yeah, fans make football in the comments down below.
I'm going to go shave my beard using the Lawnmower 3.0 and
right. Of course, as per usual, please do leave a like and a comment. It does really mean a lot. It does help with our growth. And of course, please keep streaming on Apple and Spotify. We really appreciate it. And thank you very much for listening, as per usual. And we'll see you next week after the Sheffield United game. Peace.